You blinked, and your kid stopped talking to you. 7 parenting habits that quietly break trust with your teen. Your teen just rolled their eyes, slammed the door, and vanished behind a wall of earbuds. 3 years ago, they'd crawl into your bed to tell you every secret. Now, you're lucky if you get a half-hearted fine. The scariest part? You can't even pinpoint when it changed. 1 minute it was, "Can you tuck me in?" Now it's, "Can you not?" In this video, I'll walk you through 7 parenting habits that quietly, slowly, and permanently break trust, and how to fix them times before the silence becomes permanent. You call it staying involved, but your teen calls it spying. You scroll through their messages, track their location, and demand explanations like you're running airport security. You tell yourself it's about protection, but sometimes it's about control. And what they learn isn't, "My parent cares." It's, "My parent doesn't trust me." When you hover, they don't grow safer, they just grow sneakier. They stop sharing, not because they're hiding trouble, but because you've taught them that honesty costs privacy. The shift. Trust first, ask second. Supervise when needed, but don't stalk their every breath. Privacy isn't a privilege they earn, it's a boundary you respect. They mess up. You go quiet, cold, disappointed. You tell yourself you're teaching a lesson, but what you're really teaching is, love is earned through obedience. Teens don't stop needing love when they stop needing bedtime stories. They just need to know you still love them when they screw up. The shift. Correct behavior, not belonging. You can say, "I'm upset about what happened," without saying, "You're a disappointment." Your love should feel like gravity, always there, even when they push against it. You tell them you get it. You were a teenager once, but you weren't a teenager with social media, 24/7 comparison, and the entire world in your pocket. Their world is louder, faster, and less forgiving than the one you grew up in. When you downplay their struggles with MK, you'll get over it. You teach them that your comfort matters more than their reality. The shift. Be curious. Ask what it actually feels like to be them. Don't fix, don't compare, just listen. You can't guide a world you refuse to understand. You say you want them happy, but your questions sound like, "How were your grades? Did you make the team? Did you practice enough?" You're not checking in, you're checking results. And one day, they stop telling you how they feel because they think you only care how they perform. The shift. Ask who they are before you ask what they've done. They don't need a manager, they need a parent who values the human being behind the report card. They tell you their heart hurts. You say, "You'll laugh about this someday." You mean well you're trying to comfort them. But what they hear is, your feelings don't count. To them, that friendship, breakup, or failed test is the biggest thing they've ever known. Minimizing their pain doesn't give them perspective, it gives them silence. The shift. Say, "That sounds rough. Want to talk or just vent?" Validation isn't agreement, it's empathy in action. You show up big when something's wrong. But when things are fine, you vanish into laundry, work, or your phone. So they start connecting chaos with attention. You've built a relationship that runs on emergencies. The shift. Show up when nothing's burning. Ask small questions. Share dumb memes. Make ordinary moments safe again. That's where trust grows. You think control equals safety. But control only equals distance. You micromanage their choices, friends, and moods, trying to prevent mistakes, forgetting mistakes are how humans grow. You're trying to steer their story instead of walking beside them in it. The shift. Set clear boundaries, yes. But give them space to stretch, to fail, to learn. You're not the author of their life, you're the guide who helps them turn the page. You can't rewind to bedtime stories, but you can rebuild trust, one quiet, consistent moment at a time. The goal isn't control, it's connection. Because one day, that same closed door might open, not because you forced it, but because they chose to let you back in. If you've ever tried your best and still got an eye roll that registered on the Richter scale, hit like. You've earned it.